So you've probably heard the phrase, the fog of war. It's a perfect metaphor, the chaos and confusion and split-second decisions made with bad information. But in today's story, that fog wasn't just metaphorical. It was quite literal. We're heading back to World War II and to one of history's most baffling military mix-ups, Operation Cottage. I'm assuming you've never heard of this.
Never.
It was actually a giant operation in the Pacific Theater, but it is largely forgotten to popular memory. Kelly, you may not seem like the obvious co-pilot for a war story
I'm
here.
wondering how this got matched to be.
Especially one this gloriously botched, but I actually think you're perfect for it because your superpower is bringing empathy and curiosity to human folly and finding sort of the human through line in when things go sideways. And let's just say this story is going to give you a lot to work with.
Okay.
So we begin in 1942 when the British Army pitched General Eisenhower on a bold idea, a joint American-Canadian commando unit trained in the specialized skills needed to fight in extreme cold. Why? Because they wanted to hit some strategic targets in Nazi-occupied Norway. And as we all know, Norway is quite chilly.
Sure thing.
I just want to point out how nice it is to sort of remember America and Canada teaming up together.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And being just sort of like rowdy neighbors getting in trouble.
Old days. That was
right.
Fun.
And by the way, it's worth pointing out that Canada does not get enough credit for its role in World War II. They were a powerhouse, like cranking out weapons and gear and supplies and munitions for the Allied forces. So way to go, Canada. We love you up there. So Eisenhower was very into this idea, and he tapped Lieutenant Colonel Robert T. Frederick to train and lead what became named the 1st Special Service Force. Frederick handpicked lumberjacks, miners, hunters, anyone who could survive the rigorous training in a Montana winter and still smile about it. They trained in freezing temperatures, climbed cliffs at night, and learned to ski with 50-pound packs. These guys were basically human Sasquatches trained in warfighting.
I haven't thought about Sasquatch in some time. That's fantastic.
You're a Montana gal, right? You spend a lot of time there.
I know. I was wondering if you're giving me a little hat tip on that Montana thing. Yeah, we live more than half the year in Montana, in Bozeman.
And my family spends a ton of time in Idaho, where we have a lot of family. So we know these Rocky Mountain badass types. Does this describe you at all? Are you like an outdoorsy?
Nope, not one tiny bit, Ed.
No,
not tiniest little bit. In fact, I have a word of the year every year where it's like I'm trying to keep growing. You know, we don't want to stagnate. And one year, my word was hardy. And it just meant like, you know, embrace opportunities for hardiness. Because people in Montana, honestly, are, you know, like it was minus 37 degrees once in the 5 years that we've lived there.
Wow.
And people still wanted to like meet up. Oh, that's not going to happen for me. Like, I'm not opening the front door. Like,
that's hardy.
Bleeding out on the street in front of me. I have to be like, I'm so sorry through the window.
And if you inhale too quickly, like you get a lung infection from frozen.
Indeed. So no, I am not hardy at all.